I was going. I'd never seen adults quarrel as a child, and I was over at Maggie's playing with Ines, and I think it was the year after Uncle John had died. He died in the winter of 1937.
He was an old man. He was 52.
That's right.
We weren't surprised that he had died because we thought he was an old man.
But Albert Todd, apparently, in his sister's mind anyway, was interfering in where the thrashing should take place. And then to my horror, I overheard this terrible row between Albert and his sister Maggie. And after a while, Aunt Maggie turned to me and said, "Philip, you'd better go home." So I did. But it was a revelation to me to hear two adults fighting, because we never heard that in our home.
Yeah.
Well, the Todds, we always knew the Todds as a quarrelsome bunch. They were always quarreling with one another. They lived down. Their homestead was down in what they called the hills, down about 10 miles south of Zelma. A little further than that, 15 miles south of Zelma, down in the hills. But they were the Todds.
Oh, okay.
And I want Uncle Steve to tell the story about going to university in Guelph, and when you told some of the guys that you went to school with about being related to the Quantzes, they laughed and laughed because they said, "Oh, those crazy Quantzes, they weren't smart enough to plant tobacco. They refused to plant tobacco. They could have made a lot of money."
Yes, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know that.
I don't know.
I don't remember
they
that.
must have been south of Hamilton somewhere.
Sounds like a good story.
Well, your brother told that story, saying that you told him.
There's no tobacco farms anymore. There's very few.
Yeah.
No. But
Uncle Phil, could you tell us about the story of your birth?
You remember well, don't you?
it was exciting as I remember it.
You were there.
I think Fred can tell that story better than any of us.
Mother was waiting for me, and what was it?
Mrs. Grant's
Mrs.
confinement home.
Grant, was it?
In Young.
Yeah, and what we referred to as a nursing home. In those days, it was a nurse would take in expectant mothers and look after them in her house, and then if the doctor lived nearby, he'd come along and do his bit.
Well, it was my birthday the next day, so she thought she'd better come home to look after her little boy's birthday.
But Aunt May was there too.
Yes, I think so. Or at least some of her daughters
Aunt May had come out to visit.
Yeah, Aunt May had come, and so Mother came home, and then of course, as evening came, I was apparently getting impatient to be born. So Father set out in his prized 27 Star. I got stuck at about halfway.
Charlie Dodds.
Pardon?
Charlie Dodds.
Yeah.
The Golden Week School.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Which was rather ironic.
His famous Star 6 had very narrow
My brother
fenders.
Peter remembers looking out and seeing Father running across the front field. And he got
the team in the wagon.
Went back and rescued Mother, I guess, left her sitting in the car. And,
so wonder
took her
if
to
he was
young,
born in the wagon.
He said he sometimes thought the baby was going to be born on the streets of Young. I'm just as glad he didn't.
And so now you would never like muddy roads, was that it? Because of that experience?
He's hated muddy roads ever since.
Or maybe horses and wagons.
The amazing thing is that she had more babies after you, Uncle Phil. That didn't stop her having babies.
And then you never got along with horses as well.
Yep.
The horses were always a bother to you.
Part of my problems is I'm getting hard of hearing.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
there.
you too.
Well, we should add in the story of Steve.
One of the things that struck me, I was thinking
Tell
about
that
this.
man to shut up so I can speak.
Let me speak. Let me speak.
I want to tell
Brother
the
Dave.
story. I want to tell the
All
story of
those,
Steve.
all those
Dorothy.
people in the Zalma district were first generation in
That's a
that
preacher
country.
for you once they get
And
started.
they all had all come from somewhere
always
else.
dangerous.
And they settled in. It's no wonder some of them were a little strange. But, I thought of that difference to here, where there are people who have been for 4 and 5 generations, but they were all pretty much first generation people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Such stalwarts as Frank Credgington and
8 Mileish. Tyler Rhodes.
Uncle Phil.
Yes.
Uncle Phil, hi, it's Janice. Dad wanted to tell a story about Uncle Steve now. Is that okay?
Listen to this story.
He's
Stop,
got a-
stop talking for a moment.
what?